Good morning and welcome, welcome, welcome. I don't know if I let me see if I'm connected. All right, hey. Okay, so I took yesterday off. I had some technical issues on Tuesday. I took yesterday off and I um, kind of did my own thing yesterday. So we're going to take a quick look at the market today. I have no intention of being in the market for a long time today. I've been looking at the market, looking at the pre-market, and some crazy stuff has happened, and I don't really trust the market at all. I don't trust the bias. I don't trust direction, and because of the struggles I had all through May, um, I have no intention of sitting in this market and abusing myself like this. Because it would probably do more damage than help. So I'm gonna look at this thing for a few moments here. The market's gonna open in 3 minutes. Then we're gonna go ahead and take a look at the chart. I'm gonna show you guys what I saw this morning. So I was watching the market here, and I was long here. So I was long here, and actually I have a lot of trades, and I've tried to get in. After this, I knew once I miss a trade like this, I know I get triggered, and I take a lot of rapid trades after that. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at this. I don't want to hear myself over and over. I just want to make sure that my mic is working. And so I was long here, long here, long here. I was long here. Stopped out here, and then in this one candle, we run. I don't. Let's see. We run up. We run to here. Boom. And it says I got stopped out at 21,759. 21,759 is 21,759. I get stopped out here in the market. And so I knew, okay, this is the thing that triggers me. These are the days that trigger me. So I try to be hands off. But then when we drop back into this gap, I was watching this level as a breaker because we went up, we went down on the higher time frame. It's a little bit clearer. That's just from last night. It was a flat trade. And so we have this low and this lower low with this high in the middle. So we drop back in and we hit this high. And then I tried to get involved with it again. So I've been struggling to find my way into trades, and then this type of chop. This is the thing why I said I'll see what happens when the market opens, but if it's more of this, then I'll go ahead and shut it down. This trade was what I was looking for, and I missed it, and then felt that feeling. Oh, I wasn't looking for this. Actually, I got long here. I got long here, and then we had this wild stab to the downside that took me out. So it had just been I was watching and targeting a particular move to the upside, and I just could not catch it. Just like this one. So this is the pump to the upside that I was looking for through all of these entries. And now at the opening price, then it gives it to me. So just have to be patient. But I'm talking now and I'm not trading, so there's that. Okay. So I'll probably watch just the opening range, just the first 15 minutes, and then I'm gonna call it. Um, I don't like what I've been seeing. I don't like you know, the mindset that I'm in right now because I missed that entry or I missed uh, it's not the entry that I missed. It's the feeling that I know that the market is getting ready to head that direction. The market knows that it's getting ready to head that direction. I'm prepared to go along for the ride. And it's almost like, I found myself my seat on the bus, right? I found myself a seat on the bus and I make myself comfortable in my seat on the bus. I'm getting ready to go out of town, getting comfortable to go. And the bus drivers, the metro, not metro, the Greyhound bus driver stops, and he walks all the way to the middle of the bus. I'm not sitting in the back. I'm kind of sitting in the middle of the bus, and he's like, "Hey, you." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm ready to go, right? We're getting ready to go on this great ride, right? This great vacation." So, "Yo, we are, but not you." And that's how it feels. It feels like I keep getting singled out, and the market is like, "No, we're all going. We're all going. But you and your entry in the spot where you position yourself, no, no, it's a great spot. And yes, that will be the spot that we're gonna take off from, but after we stop you out, right? And then you tell yourself, keep telling yourself this, little buddy, you keep telling yourself, don't overtrade, so you don't overtrade, and you're not just re-entering haphazardly. You're taking your time, and we're putting the bus in gear, and I'm putting my foot on the gas, and I'm leaving you. So that's it. So that's how I feel about it. And I'm glad I had this internet opportunity to rant this morning because um, that it got me right in the gut. Got me right in the gut. And I'm sure everybody else is like, oh yeah, no, no, yeah, yeah, hey, 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 hey. Now the market is just moving back and forth aggressively. And of course, we could be looking for first presentation gaps. We could be looking for all sorts of things. This is that pre-market level I have marked out. And you see how it created directly to it exactly. Conscious credit encroachment, it stepped it exactly. Then we moved away from it. So this is going to be my one trade of the day. Market moves away. We move up above this level. Just looking for just a slight pull back into this range here on the 15-second chart. Then I'm going to buy this little position. If it does. If it doesn't, then no. Oh, we drop right back in. Position. Put my sell stop on 185, 200, 135, 70. Oh, isn't that terrible? Isn't that terrible? Okay. 340, 315. I'm moving my stop loss to break even, just a little bit above break even because I mean, if it's a flat trade, it's a flat trade. It's fine. That's $300, 290, 190, 120, 95. Oh man, it got me. It got me. Everybody, I know. We thought it was gonna pump. We thought it was gonna pump. We thought it was gonna pump. And now it doesn't mean that it's not gonna pump. It just means that it was just gonna come in and try to get me and stop me up so it can go. But anyway, so I think that's gonna be kind of it for me for today. It's just this wild price action um has got me has got me emotional. I am in a mentally emotional state. Um, even with that one trade had me up $300 for a second. And after it was up for about $300 for just a second, and we were down here 1 wick, 2 wicks, 3 wicks, 4 wicks, 4 wicks, right? You would think that that means that we don't want to stay down there, right? You would think that that means that the bodies of these candles, right? You would think that that would mean that the bodies of these candles is stopping price from going down there, right? Because we dropped down there, then we popped up, we closed here, open here, we closed here, and what? We're doing that stuff. So this is non-farm payroll week. So we have non-farm payroll this week. So we are expecting price to do unusual things, right? It's not gonna probably behave the way that we think it would behave. Now, because of this green level that I created, right? That was my original entry. This is where I entered. We bounced up, turned over, collapsed. And I probably should be bearish. We did take out London session high. We're up above the Asian session. The move up that we saw from the pre-market This break here, this break right here is a break of the Asian session high. We rally. This leg stabs back into the Asian session high from the pre-market. Mm, mm, just a little bit. Just a little tinge of frustration. Just a little tinge of frustration at this point. And I just don't want to get a little bit echo here. And I just don't want to. I really want to be just keep my feelings in mind as the most dangerous thing on the screen right now. Just the most dangerous thing in this trade right now isn't isn't losing money or whatever the case may be, which is obviously more dangerous than my feelings. But it's the idea that I could let myself get caught up in caught up in that, or even caught up in the movement of price, which is the thing that really got me the most excited at first. It's just the range at which the price moved and the way that it was moving. I'm looking at the ES, and the ES has dropped all the way back into the Asian session high. We're down below the consequent encroachment of the London session on the ES, but we're still above the consequent encroachment of the London session on the Nasdaq. We're really just flirting with that pre-market level again. Pull this forward. Maybe on the ES, we're targeting the Asian session low. All right, ES, we're at consequent encroachment of the Asian session. We are nearing the high of the Asian session again. Excuse me. And the range that we've moved back and forth is crazy, which leads me to believe that we might have a flat day, or we may have traded up into this up close candle, broken down. Let's see, take this up close candle, pull that forward. Once we got down below this level, we traded up and we stayed below 50% of that up close candle. Now we've slid a little bit. On the Nasdaq, we are at the consequent encroachment of the Asian session. On the ES, we have breached the low of the Asian session, just breached the low of it. So now we run the entire we run the entire range from all the overnight session. That's the entire overnight session range taken, above and below. Mhm. Yesterday's lunch rate low is 21,705. We haven't breached that level yet. We have run above and below yesterday's PM session. That's at 21,742.75. All right, so we have that. It's 9:40 a.m. 9:40. We're at the low of the Asian session on the ES at consequent encroachment. Now we've just breached the high of the Asian session again on the Nasdaq. So we dropped all the way into the discount of that range on the Nasdaq, the discount of the Asian session range. ES has just popped right back up to the consequent encroachment of the Asian session. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because I'm watching to see whether or not we have reaction and responses to these levels that would be sustained, or are we just going to bounce back and forth between these levels, right? So we'll bounce back and forth between the Asian session high The London session. Oh, wait, the Asian session low, the London session low. Asian session, consequent encroachment, the London session, because that's the middle of the range. And then we'll go to the high of the range, and then we'll go back to the middle of the range. But both ranges, like alternating between the both ranges. So once we hit or take the liquidity below the Asian session, which is what we just did here on the ES, but not the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ, this is the, um, did we? Okay, let's clear that. Let's clean this up. No, we just ran into the discount of the Asian session. This candle has then popped back up to consequent encroachment on the London session here. That's the consequent encroachment of the London session. So we went above it, traded back down through it. No, I had no idea, and I would watch this on. I would see these channels on YouTube in the at night or overnight, and they would call it the slow session, the slow markets. Like, wonder why they call it slow markets. It's crazy. Well, the difference between the way price prints in the pre-market and the way it prints during the day is crazy. The range and just the amount of volatility is ridiculous. Of course, that's liquidity, right? That's the volume of price being moved. Yeah, that's crazy. All right, all right, all right, all right. This is the pre-market level that we saw through this channel. We traded above it. We closed above this down close candle. We put one wick to it, then we moved back up. Now, my thought process is hands up, hands up, hands up, hands off the keyboard, hands off the keyboard. My thought process is that we're trading a range, right? We're trading a range, and that we are going to get a lot of movement, and it could pay very well. But we just have to remember that we're not necessarily going to break out of this range immediately. So we just have to watch it to see what's gonna happen. Hmm. Historically, for me, I always remember the days prior to non-farm payroll as trending days. They trend in one direction like all day. They go that direction and don't offer pullbacks and don't offer any real opportunity just to say, "Oh, I want to get in here." But it just kind of just goes in one direction and just right. It just sort of grinds in one direction as a one continual trending day. Opening range volatility seems like it's kind of quiet. This is the pre-market imbalance that was the area that we used to go long here, to move up here. We traded down. We failed to take this high here. We hit this up close candle, and then we broke to the downside. We closed below this level. The low of this candle closed above the high of this level inside of this imbalance. Price reaction to the upside aggressively. Once we did that, we traded to the low of this up close candle and we turned over and we dropped back down. We breached the low of the Asian session again on the ES. And I'm tentative. I'm tentative. Why? Because I'm thinking I need to delete this. I need to delete this. I need to remove this and remove this. Clean the screen. Now we have this long displacement, long range displacement. Boom, and it opens up. We look at the low of this candle, the high of this candle, pull that forward. Fortunately, this is probably the first presented fair value gap there. Trade up above it, trade down below it, trade to it, break lower. Then we'll take this range, get it here, take that, pull it forward. 4 minutes to before the beginning of the macro. Okay, we've taken out the Asian session low. We went to a prior day's low of the. We went to the low of an Asian session from a prior day. If you take like yeah, previous day Asian session and London session, you pull it forward. We're going to interact with those levels. There's some sensitivity at those areas. There's no guarantee that there's going to be anything to participate in as much as it will react at that level, right? This exact level is the low of that prior day Asian session low. We left this imbalance open. Mm, 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 mm. And that's a nice delivery to the downside. That is very, very nice. Even taking out the low of this area. Bam, boom, pre-market low. Okay. Just took the pre-market low, had a reaction at that level, and then we returned back into the range. Now, I really feel, and I'm happy to share this with you. Oh, I really feel crappy that I missed, um, that I missed that trade. You guys, I'm gonna tell you, you guys probably would not have heard from me had I hit that trade. Had I hit, had I should have, if I would have, should have, if I could have, would have. It was, the one that got away, right? All right, let's focus on the here and now. Let's get our minds out of the past. If we can't focus on what we're doing right now, if we're thinking about that trade that happened, it happened. We just have to, deal with it and let it go. So this is the first imbalance of the day. The next one is here. The next one is here. You traded to it and utilized it. Now we put this space into this gap here between this low and don't want to incorporate all of this. I think I'd like to incorporate all of that. And what I'm looking at now is um consequent encroachment of the Asian session is there. That's consequent encroachment of the Asian session. The high of the Asian session is here. This is the one that we created last night. The high of that Asian session is here. So now we're at consequent encroachment. When we're approaching it from below, all of the other market structure that's involved with this seems as if we have a sort of a bearish sentiment going. We crossed above the 50% level of the imbalance. It's in exact alignment with the Asian session consequent encroachment. On the lower time frame, we see that we closed above and then we put a wick down at this area. We don't see that on the 1 minute chart. It's on the lower time frame. And why am I saying that? Well, I'm saying that because I'm watching to see whether or not this gap is a inversion or if it's inverted. On the ES, we're back to the low of the Asian session. We touched it and we showed sensitivity to it and we moved away from it. I'm watching the 15-second chart now. We drop down to this down close candle, 41 seconds. The time is 9:51. Okay, so 9:51 is the beginning of the macro, right? Yeah, it's the beginning of the macro. So now you see why I would be very leery about entering this trade. I don't know why. If I got short right there, I would be taking profit. Okay, so let's just see. Let's just grade this range here. I just want to see if there's any retrading back into this level. If we retrade back above the 50%, 75%, run this high, hit the low of this level, and then trade back in. That's what I'm seeing. Now, the low of this candle is here, is that 50% level. Why would that concern me? Because this is the lowest, excuse me, this is the highest up close candle since this move down. Now we've traded up near the low of that candle. I really did want to see us kind of go into the body of it. But if we're really eager to just like pour, then we might not go into that range. But it's still 9:52 a.m. It's still 9:52 a.m. And if that is the case, and we are really eager to get somewhere, then uh, I might have missed a great opportunity just to get short at that point because that's an immediate delivery to the downside. As soon as we hit 50% of that gap, we immediately drop down. Mm. Yeah, my confidence right now is a little bit. It's been drugged back and forth over the rocks because I, and because of those emotions, it is probably smarter for me not to get involved too quickly in anything. I need time to heal. All right, so I'm watching this up close candle. It's the highest up close candle in the range. Wicks here is fine with me. Touching this candle, touching this gap is really, really great. Watching for us to run this, like run above it to some level up here at 10 o'clock, turn over, move down below this, reprice to it, and then the climb is possible. We're in the body of that up close candle. 75% of that range has been retraded to. And at the time of day, 9:54, 9:54. Getting short here and putting my stop loss there, like something like, yeah, something like, I'll just create it like a little box. Getting short here, beep, and then put my stop loss above here, beep, is normally what I would think. That's normally what I would think, but I'm not thinking that right now. I'm also thinking that we just took liquidity out below the Asian session and the London session and the pre-market low. So I'm at the same time watching this for an opportunity to have this gap from the pre-market, run below it, come back to it, run back to it. I mean, run above it, trade back down into it, take out the low of it, and then move higher. So now that we took out this level above this zone here, that's roughly 75% of the Asian session. Now I'm watching this 15-second chart to see if it gives me an opportunity to get in short or something. Because I would be looking for like a gap down like this, right? I could push up exactly like this and then a gap down, but lower. I have a lot of stuff on the screen. Cement the gap, pull this back. We did hit that there. Price showing a climb. Time is 9:56. Really didn't see that sort of explosion to the upside, leaving, and as we saw right here. I guess you could say that we repriced to it here. I don't like it. One thing that I don't like is that it's not necessarily like you see the difference between this low and this low. That shows like the market structure overall. Internally, this isn't showing me continuation of this. It's showing me something else. The ES is actually, yeah, the ES is showing lower price movement. Mm. 56. Okay. I'm really hands off right now. Really, really hands off. The ES is showing that it's showing like a slide to the downside, right? The NASDAQ pops up and it's like bright eyed and bushy tail. I don't like that. 2 minutes and 37 seconds left in the 5 minute candle. Okay. NASDAQ is sharp, finally showing his hand. All right. I had to sit on my hands that time. I had to sit on my hands. Well, 1 minute and 56 seconds left in the 5 minute candle. So what I'm really looking for is where is this 5 minute candle going to close? If this 5 minute candle closes anywhere within this range, the next 5 minute candle may open and rally. And if it rallies, is it going to rally into the low of this gap, right? To retest any of these levels? Then that's where I would probably want to take my entry. What time is it? 9:58, 2 minutes left till 10 a.m. Price is looking a little bit lethargic here. This green line is the pre-market low. We just took out the pre-market low here, and roughly in the same area, well, actually here is the Asian session low from last night. So this movement back to the upside would be retesting the Asian session low on the Nasdaq. 1 minute left in the 5 minute candle. I don't want to front run the trade, meaning I don't want to get short here and have the market rally above these areas and then turn over and drop. And I don't want to see this area inverted. So I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. The macro began at 950. And with this push to the upside, we dropped in, move up, took out this lower time frame high, collapsed. Now we've moved back up. And the session low is here. The London session low on the Nasdaq is right here. Okay, 14 seconds. 10 seconds left on the 5. We're moving back up. This is the low of the Asian session. We've just breached the low of the Asian session. We're at the low of this up close candle. 3, 2, 1. New 5 minute. Now, I did not want to see the 5 minute candle come all the way up here, there, Vega, or test the high of the prior up close candle. Now, this impulse off the opening of the 5 minute candle was cool. This looks like this is going to be my last trade of the day. If this goes our direction, or if we continue to the downside, then good. This is the 1, 2, 3, and I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but I'm considering this a swing high, a high with two lower highs to the right and the left. But okay, we just tested the high of the prior up close candle 5 minute, and I would laugh, because I rarely have been able to catch or be a part of a V-shaped a V-shaped recovery like this would be, right? Because this 5-minute candle drops down and literally just touch, and then direction change. Come on, baby. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? This is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a high with two lower highs. I'm gonna move all of this stuff out of the way because it's making it hard to see. This red level represents the 50% level of that prior up close candle to the left here. We're retesting that level. And nah, I don't like it. I don't like that. See, I don't like that. And I'm looking at the lower time frame, 15-second chart, and I have a lot of time on the screen, you know. I don't like it. And I see that on the ES does bounce back up above that. It really just drops low, then it pops back up, and then it rolls over and creates this sort of an imbalance. And sort of this area right here. And I call it imbalance, but it's, it's wicks or gaps. Um, and I wanted to see high, higher high, lower high, and then a continuation to the downside. But I don't think that's what we're gonna see at this point. I think we're gonna see some craziness. Come on, ES. Slide, baby. Come on, slide, baby. I'm gonna bring it up the ES so we can see at the same time. So this is what we see on the ES, right? We just traded to these up close candles, then we rolled over, and we're just watching to see us take out these lows on the ES. But it drops back in and it does this type of stuff. Now, the hard part about it is that the Nasdaq is going to exaggerate the movement of the ES. So the ES might never go above the candle. However, the Nasdaq will take that to mean, oh, you want me to make all-time highs? Like, come on, come on, let's go. No, I don't like it. So this is what the next thing that I'm saying that I don't like is this level. I don't like that. I don't like it. This. I don't like that. I don't like how we had this low and we made this low, pushed up, and then did this. Okay. So I already stated what I wanted to see. And what I wanted to see was a day where the market drops down, we create these gaps and lows. This high comes up and takes out that low. Then I wanted to see us continue to the downside and softly and slowly and casually just continue in one direction. The ES just broke market structure. That's it. Okay. All right, that's it for me today. I'm pissed. I'm pissed because the trade that I really, really wanted, I couldn't get in. Now, if we hit this level and drop, I am going to cry right here on YouTube. I am going to cry because I'm like, because again, I feel like somebody came to me and it's like, you right there on the plane, getting ready to go to Hawaii. You, sir, we've chosen you not to go. I'm like, well, yeah, but I paid my ticket. I'm ready to go. Like, no, 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 no. Everybody else is going. Is there something I did wrong? Right? Yeah, did I make, am I on the wrong plane? No, 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 no. We're all gonna go. That's not you. But that's how I feel. So if we trade up to this level and turn over and drop down below all of this, I'm telling you, I'm not gonna have a good day. I'm not gonna have a good day. Okay. Okay. That's good. All right. That's it for me. Oh, that's it. That's it. That's it. Yesterday I had a decent day. Today I gave back what I made yesterday, but I'm gonna stop here because um I'm just really getting pissed at this market right now. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. All right. Guys, thank you for stopping by. I'm probably gonna do some more over trading once I get off the stream. I just didn't want to do it live here on stream. Um, you're cool. Relax and yeah, relax, keep it cool. And what else do I want to say? Enjoy your day. I will not trade non-farm payroll. I'm not gonna be here tomorrow to trade non-farm payroll. I definitely will wait till Monday. If I'm experiencing this type of activity today, it's kind of giving me a heads up of what tomorrow might look like. So you guys be safe out there and have fun trading these wild marks. Be safe. See you guys next time. Bye bye.